Yeah, that's a question I've been asking for about 10 years now. I think it's because it makes for interesting television, and it's always fun to play sort of this bad boy, and then whenever he's too bad, they write good stuff and I'll save somebody's life. So it's just kind of like this drama that is my character, yeah.
Definitely. And his love life with Parker did crash into flames because he was more interested in Veronica.
Right.
If you had to pick your favorite love moment that broke that Parker relationship up, what was it?
Favorite moment with Veronica that broke it up? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a couple of scenes that the fans have really appreciated over the years, particularly like this, our epic love scene, which we make reference to in the movie. And I think that, sort of that scene, you kind of see the rawness that they really love each other underneath everything. All pretensions aside, it's like they really do care about each other and emotionally understand where each other comes from, familially and otherwise. And that's sort of what makes our relationship special.
Excellent. So your baby is Veronica Mars. Seeing it come back to life is probably one of the coolest things you ever could have asked for.
Right, it is the career highlight. This probably tops them all. This is a really special day, a really special week.
Excellent. Well, I know that one thing that moved the Veronica Mars movie on was the Kickstarter. Was that something that you started up, or who was the first person to think, let's do a Veronica Mars Kickstarter?
A buddy of mine raised $10,000 to fund his band's album, and that was the first time I'd ever seen crowdfunding, that I knew what it was. And the thought occurred to me, what could we make enough money to do a Veronica Mars movie? But at the time it seemed crazy because the biggest project on Kickstarter ever was $900,000. The biggest movie was like $40,000, and we would be asking for a couple million. So I thought it might be crazy. But I took it to my agent, and then we took it to Warner Brothers and Kickstarter, and it took a year and a half, but eventually everyone said yes. And I spent that year and a half so fearful that some other movie would beat us to the punch, because I felt like being the first one out of the box is going to be such a great thing for this movie, for the publicity, and it has been. I'm so glad that we got the movie made this way. It actually beats, if the studio just handed us a check, we might be flying under the radar. The way this movie was funded, with the fans chipping in, it made it a story and made it special.
Excellent. And Veronica Mars will live on past the movie as a scene from the upcoming novel. Is there anything that you can tell us really exciting that's going to happen to Veronica in that novel?
I will tell you that a very key member of her past will play a major part. One of the big people from her past. I'm not talking like some casual person she met in episode 206 or something. Someone big in Veronica's life will come back into the book.
Would that person happen to be someone she might have something to do with the kidnapping of?
That you will have to wait on. That you'll have to wait on.
My main question for Weevil is, he's settled down, he has a family. That's a big change from the PCHer.
It sure is, but it's the change we wanted, right? We didn't want to have this guy riding on a motorcycle forever, and he got something incredible out of it. He's a dad. That's what Weevil needed. I used to say back when we were on the air, I used to tell a lot of people that, we see these gang members and these people that come from poverty and broken families. When Weevil formed a gang, what he was really trying to do was reconstruct the thing he's been missing his whole life, which was a family unit, a functioning family. And by being the leader of the gang, he was providing that missing father figure, and he was repairing a lot of the things he suffered from, and he knew they were his biggest flaws. Now he finally has a real family, so he could give up the gang. I mean, it was the ultimate evolution we wanted for this character. The people that wanted something good for him, some people were like, no, the ultimate evolution would be a prison cell. And, 10 years went by. We haven't really explored what happened to Weevil. So many questions that can only be answered with another movie or another TV series. I'm just saying. Just saying.
From what I see on screen, you do a really good job of matching up Kristen's wit when she's playing Veronica. What's it like to try and keep up to someone as quick-witted as her?
It's impossible in real life, I'll tell you that. I can only do it when there's a camera and all these guys around me and somebody writes the stuff I gotta say. I could not do it in real life. It's happened many, many times, and I just wind up stuttering incoherently and then looking stupid. I don't do well in arguments with Kristen. It just doesn't. I lose. But I'm intimidated. She means a lot to me. Every time I look at her, I'm reminded of all the incredible things that this show has done for me in my career and my personal life. You know, I don't know where I would be without Kristen. I don't know where I would be without Veronica Mars. So, you know.
You spoke of another movie. Do you know anything more about potential plot lines for Weevil?
Me? What? I wish I knew more. I know something, but what I know is not enough to talk about. So that's all I can say.
Will Weevil's gang past come to haunt him in the Veronica Mars movie?
Come to haunt him? Nah. Come to him in a way? I don't know. Maybe. Have you seen the film? Well, then why would you come on? Spoilers, you know? Everybody knows that I love playing criminals. I love playing, like, bad guys. I'm even thinking about getting some tattoos someday and becoming more like Weevil, you know? Because I got to put these on every day. We got to always... It takes so long.
It's tiring.
Got to put these on and draw them on every time and get them perfect the same way every time. It takes a lot. So, yeah. I would love Weevil to have a catalyst come about and perhaps return to his roots. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Excellent. So we're doing a Veronica Mars drinking game for people watching at home, watching the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Go on, sorry.
All right, so if you had to pick a moment in the movie that you wanted people to reoccurringly drink at and do what with that drink, what would it be?
Every time Ryan Hansen makes a sexual innuendo or dirty joke in the film, take a shot. And make sure someone's with you, watching you, and the door is locked for the entire duration of the film.
Back in the shoes of Papa Mars.
Yeah, right on.
Has the prodigy finally overcome the master?
No. No way. Not yet. She can't. She's got too much to learn. The old man has to die before she can really take on the spirit of the warrior, you know what I mean? The teacher has to die before the student becomes, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that. I'm hoping. She can do anything she wants better than the old man can do, but I'm holding on to that notion.
Well, I don't know. He did pass a higher score on the PI exam than her.
I did pass a higher score, right? Keith did, right? Of course he did. What? You know what? Have you seen the movie? She's smarter than Keith. There, I said it.
You and Kristen have a great chemistry. It's obvious that you guys have a father-daughter relationship already going. Does that translate to the cast off-screen?
You know what? Off screen, it you know, I'm probably the biggest kid around, so it's hard for me to look at her, who is a mom and is married and is so successful, and sort of want to protect her in any way. I'm just more proud of the fact that I saw her as a young girl, sort of wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, and really blossom into this star. And to say that somehow, some way, we touched each other way back when. We used to be friends a long time ago, you know what I mean? That just makes me so proud of her.
Well, you referenced being one of the biggest kids on set. Ryan is also a big...
No, there's no competing with Ryan. Ryan is truly the biggest kid on set. I'm tired. I'm glad there's someone like Ryan to jump around and be that. I don't have the energy anymore. But inside, I'm still, you know, the irresponsible, sort of aloof and puckish. But no, Ryan's the king.
Past the Veronica Mars movie, could you see yourself fulfilling the role of Keith again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it. Because it's fun. And Rob Thomas is an amazing writer. He created these characters. We do very little. We just, somehow we have the benefit of sounding like what Rob wrote in his head. For some reason, he doesn't balk at how we deliver his lines. So I think that's ultimately why we got the jobs in the first place.